Hello, my name is Craig Clafter, and I am speaking to you today from the Cook Legal Library at the University of Michigan. It was designed to look like an English castle. I've developed this channel to help international students make well-informed decisions in choosing to study abroad. I hope you found this video useful.
This video focuses on assessing the quality of American institutions of higher education. The quality of American institutions of higher education is assessed in three ways: government quality assurance, accreditation, and rankings. American institutions of higher education are regulated by the United States national and state governments. The national government regulations concern finances and civil rights. State regulations concern academic quality that must be met for the institution to secure degree granting authority. Collectively, the regulations specify the development of curricula, qualifications of faculty and administrators, provisions of facilities, composition of governing boards, human resources policies, and minimum financial health of the institution. If an institution does not meet these standards, its degree granting authority will be revoked by the government. For example, the Illinois Board of Higher Education revoked the degree granting authority of Northwest Suburban College of Basic and Allied Health Sciences on August 2, 2018, forcing the institution's closure. Accreditation is a means by which the quality of an institution of higher education or program is evaluated and assured. Institutions and programs that seek accreditation must undertake a series of internal reviews, provide reports and documents, and are inspected by administrators and faculty members from other institutions. There are different types of accreditors. There are regional, national, faith-based, and distance education accreditors that accredit entire institutions, and many programmatic accreditors that accredit specific programs. The accreditor must be approved by the U.S. Department of Education. Most institutions of higher education are accredited by one of 6 regional accreditors, each of which has responsibility for its own region of the country. Most faith-related institutions of higher education are accredited by one of 4 national accreditors that can accredit institutions in any region of the country. The Distance Education Accreditation Commission is the only accreditor that focuses on accrediting institutions that exclusively teach online. Although an exception has been made for the COVID-19 pandemic, U.S. law normally prohibits international students on a student visa from taking more than 1 online course per term. International students must otherwise be enrolled in traditional classes. As a result, international students wishing to study in the United States should avoid institutions with DEAC accreditation. However, you can still earn DEAC accredited degrees by studying from outside the United States. Programmatic accreditation is typically required of professional programs. For example, graduation from accredited programs are generally required of lawyers, physicians, dentists, and architects. Programmatic accreditation not required for licensed professions are optional and are obtained to convey a sense of high quality. While an institution will have one institutional accreditor, it may have multiple programmatic accreditors. Check to make sure that the institution in which you are interested is accredited by one of the regional or national accreditors mentioned here, and that programs designed to prepare students to enter a licensed profession have programmatic accreditation. The U.S. Department of Education database of accredited post-secondary institutions and programs website lists all recognized accreditors and has a search feature that permits the identification of all accredited universities, institutes of technology, colleges, academies, seminaries, and programs. Most American institutions of higher education are accredited, and only accredited institutions of higher education can seek authorization from the U.S. government to sponsor international students for visas. The loss of accreditation effectively results in the closure of an American institution of higher education. For example, Lambuth University in Jackson, Tennessee, lost its accreditation from the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools in December 2010 and closed in 2011. Higher education rankings have been controversial. Some argue that they help consumers differentiate between institutions. Others argue that they misinform consumers about the true quality of institutions. I believe that rankings have been a useful means of quality assurance, for they help institutional leaders to be focused on making improvements in areas of importance to society. For example, the quality of education, the quality of faculty, and research output. There are many ranking organizations, each of which employ their own criteria. It is best when possible to compare and contrast different rankings. To determine the best research universities and institutes of technology, consult international rankings. Academic rankings of world universities, the Times Higher ranking, and QS University ranking are the leading international rankings. For example, here are the 2020 rankings of the top 10 universities and institutes of technology in the world as determined by the 3 international ranking organizations. The criteria each organization uses are different. ARWU favors institutions that have significant research output in natural sciences and medicine, and whose faculty and alumni have won Nobel Prizes and Fields Medals. The Times Higher Education rankings relies on indicators designed to ensure that British universities are highly ranked. QS rankings favors institutions that are highly international and held in esteem by employers. To assess a wide range of American institutions of higher education, consult American rankings. U.S. News ranks universities, institutes of technology, comprehensive universities, liberal arts colleges, and community colleges. The Princeton Review reports a ranking based on popularity only and is more useful for its description of the institutions. Niche ranks private universities, public universities, liberal arts colleges, and community colleges. To assess professional programs, consult programmatic rankings. For business schools, there are Forbes, The Economist, and the Financial Times. For medical schools, there is U.S. News. And for law schools, there are U.S. News and Public Law. What have the combination of regulation, accreditation, and rankings achieved? 80% of the top 20 universities and institutes of technology in the world are American. 69% of all Nobel Prizes have been awarded to people affiliated with American universities and institutes of technology. 90% of the top 10 patent-producing universities and institutes of technology are American. And the United States is by far the largest PhD producer in the world. If you found this video informative, please indicate that you liked it and subscribe to my channel. I'm regularly producing new videos. Thank you.